Hi, I'm Merrick Demata,
And I'm Classic Gamer.
and welcome back to Let's Play Broken Sword Shadow of the Templars. Sorry, The Shadow of the Templars.
The Shadow of the Templars. Yes.
Can we fall from here?
No.
Oh, shame.
As much as you want to try and get George to jump, he doesn't.
Can I at least try to make him jump? Can I push him? Can I get distracted by a pigeon of some kind?
No.
Oh, shame.
A big shame.
The cabinet had no drawers, just a single door.
It's a
Very
nicely put
observant,
room.
George.
The assassin had been too smart to leave incriminating evidence beside his bed. The bed was several times larger than the narrow cot I'd been given at the place I was staying.
And it's several times more expensive, George.
This is what I don't get. He's a lawyer that obviously earns a lot of money, but yet he can't afford a better hotel.
Well, maybe he's been disbarred for all of the
The
harassment,
bed was
and lying,
freshly
and
made,
impersonation he's done.
and the crisp white sheets told me nothing about the killer's habits.
And I have a feeling he's going to get into sexual harassment with Nico.
What's that brown thing next to the bed? Can you see it? To the left of the
The
bed?
briefcase.
Yes.
It was the battered leather briefcase I'd seen Plantar carrying just before he died. I searched the interior of the briefcase, but as I'd half expected, it was empty.
You're not going to keep it? Oh, shame. All right.
The closet was a solid, impressive piece of antique furniture. The interior of the closet was large enough for me to climb right in.
All right, let's do it. No? Okay. But there's something in there, George. Can you...
The pants were newly
there we
laundered
go.
and pressed with immaculate creases.
Steal his pants, George. Come on.
Oh, you have to get the pixel just right. Maybe down a little, just a tad. There you go.
There was nothing in the pockets of the pants.
Take the pants. Come on.
There was nothing in the pockets of the pants.
God damn
Okay,
it.
George.
George.
Try going out the door.
Well, that would be stupid. It's not our room. None of them are our room. What am I saying? Oh. Oh no. Oh, the game doesn't know how to animate those pants.
I had the kind of feeling in my stomach that would usually send me running to the bathroom.
I've noticed that these rooms don't seem to have en-suites.
Come on, George. Well, maybe it's further on where we can't see of the screen, like behind the couch.
Maybe.
I was hoping he'd James Sunderland. He does kind of look like James Sunderland.
I just think it's very funny. The bloody facial expression that he does.
I searched the interior of the briefcase, but as I'd...
You want to look at the
Trousers, I'm assuming?
The pants matched
Trousers,
the jacket
all
which
pants.
the killer had lost in Paris. I couldn't believe my luck when I found two items in the pockets of the pants. The first was an ordinary matchbook. No matches, no clues. The second was a pass card which read, Thomas Merlin, Gruber Electronics Corporation. There was nothing else in the pockets of the killer's pants. It was a key ring bearing one large brass key and a tag which read Hotel Ubu.
All right.
It was a bright red plastic nose, part of a clown's costume. It was Nico's photograph of the man we suspected of killing Plantar. It was the card I'd found in the hotel bedroom. It read, Thomas Merlin, Gruber Electronics Corporation. It was a metal rod with a handle. The matchbook bore a pattern of swirling color and the words, Club Alamut. It was the shake and shock buzzer I'd been given by the man in the costume shop.
You can go out the door if you want to. You don't have to go out the window again.
It's funny. I was trying to use a joy buzzer on myself. Maybe make him fall.
You will get a chance to kill George later.
All right, good.
I never thought I'd be so happy to actually actually see George get killed.
I mean, he's dressed like James Sunderland. He probably acts like James Sunderland, too. And you know what James Sunderland did.
Yeah, and they've managed to screw him up in the bloody remake.
I'm not even going to bother looking at it. It had a trailer focusing on combat, so I immediately concluded they did get Silent Hill. So can I show these new items to people?
Yep, you can attempt to talk to the clerk and see if you can get... Well, you know that Lady Piermont said about...
Hello again.
Being...
About the safe?
Yeah, well, about what was handed over by Khan to the clerk.
Do you recognize this key?
No, I do not.
How can
Do
you
you
not
recognize
recognize
this card?
No, I do not.
Does the name on this matchbook mean anything to you?
Indeed it does, for Alamut was the home of the old man of the mountains.
Ah, we have a clue.
You do not know him?
No, I don't. Thanks for your help.
Goodbye.
That actually is a clue. Do you know who the old man of the mountains was?
No, I don't actually.
Have you ever heard of the Hashishin?
Yes.
The old man of the mountains was the Grand Master in charge of trading the Hashashin.
Ah.
So that's a big clue.
Hi, ma'am.
Hello, George. What can I do for you now?
I'd like a cheeseburger, please.
I found this pass in Merlin's room.
So, that deceitful little man is passing himself off as an electrician, is he?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. This guy probably has 1,000,000 faces. I found this matchbook in Merlin's bedroom.
It came from the Club Alamut. It might be useful to find out if that club is in Paris, George.
Do you want this key?
No, thank you, darling.
I talk to the clerk again, see what he says about the new items.
What now, monsieur?
Does this pass mean anything to you?
That is Monsieur Merlin's property.
That's right. Merlin the murderer. I want to see what he's left in your safe.
Impossible. I cannot betray his confidence, no matter what you say he's done.
What if I
You're
grab
making
your
a
finger
big
and twist
mistake.
it like this?
Maybe. I can live with that.
Does this matchbook mean anything to you?
No, monsieur.
Do you recognize this key?
That is the property of the Hotel Ubu.
Correct.
May I ask how it found its way from the little hook to your pocket?
Would you believe it was put there by a poltergeist?
No, monsieur. The hotel is regularly serviced by an exorcist.
Huh.
If we had a ghost, Father Fécond would have flushed it out.
I
Prepared for
suppose you
everything.
want the key back.
Not spécialement. The room is vacant. Since you are so determined to conduct your little investigation, I won't stop you.
Right, now go back and talk to Lady Piermont. Because he's obviously not going to help.
Thanks for your help,
with
buddy.
Getting what you want out the safe.
Hi, ma'am.
Hello, George.
That's weird. Why isn't it? It's not giving
I
me the
have to go.
option. What have we not done?
Hold it right there. Search him again, Flack.
Nothing, Guido.
Okay, let him go.
Maybe there's something in the garbage?
No, I'm just trying to think what we haven't done. There's nothing now. There's nothing down the back here.
There's a severed
Definitely
hand.
not. A severed hand, yes, there is. We've got everything in his room. Well, what am I missing?
Excuse me.
Yeah? Get lost, creep.
Hey, Shorty. Do you know a guy called Merlin?
No,
Does this matchbook mean anything to you?
it is just a matchbook. Why should I recognize?
What does this key mean to you?
Nothing.
Will you shake my hand?
Are you joking? Who knows where it has been?
Forget it. The lobby was quiet, almost deserted.
Try showing Lady Piermont that ID again. See if that does anything.
Alright.
Hi, ma'am.
Hello.
Would you like to keep Merlin's pass as a memento?
No, darling. My broken heart is reminder enough.
I showed the pass to the clerk, hoping he'd give me
okay.
Merlin's
There we go.
papers. But he wouldn't buy it. He's too scared.
I'll give him something to be scared of.
Oh, good. She's gonna
Follow
Karen.
me, George.
She's gonna
I
go
love
Karen.
that.
She is still by far my favorite character in this game
So far.
so far.
Did you place a package from Merlin in the hotel safe?
I did, madame.
And did my friend here show you Merlin's identification?
Indeed he did, but
What's the problem?
he isn't Merlin.
A mere academic detail. Give him the package.
But that is against the law.
You're against the law.
I happen to be a justice of the peace, you silly man. I am the law.
Oh, shit.
If he tries anything, shoot him, George.
My pleasure, Lady Piermont.
One moment, please.
Got frickin' Judge Dredd over here.
You know, I haven't enjoyed myself this much since Greenham Common.
I don't know what I would have done without you, Lady Piermont.
I love the
Voilà,
way the
monsieur.
clerk
Le
walks.
manuscrit de Monsieur Merlin.
Thanks.
How satisfying. An Anglo-American alliance that actually worked.
Fuck off, World War
The
II.
clerk had given me a tightly rolled sheet of parchment. I decided not to unroll it until I was safely back in Nico's apartment.
The simple
Right,
fact
now-
that we are not all currently speaking German is proof that that one worked.
Right, now save your game.
Yes.
And now if you want to see the first death, go outside.
Will do. Come, George, to your destiny and your just deserts.
But everything you have done so far in the 3.5 videos we've done.
He deserves this.
Hold it right there. Search him again, Flack.
Is this what you're after, Guido?
See, that's it.
I can explain everything. Well, almost everything.
Too late. You're on your way to feed the fishes.
I'm allergic to fish. I break out in blotches when I eat tuna.
I love tuna.
Let's
Fuck
go.
you. Ah. Oh, that was
There you go.
brilliant. That was brilliant.
That's one of the deaths.
Oh, that was good.
Can you imagine getting that far to that hotel, right?
Without saving?
Not saving it at all as a first-time player, and then dying like that because your first instinct is to go outside. So what?
What now, monsieur?
Do you want this manuscript back?
After all the fuss it caused? No, you keep it.
Just like,
Thanks
I
for your
went
help,
through all
buddy.
of that. It's like, do you want this back? No, go away. I changed my mind. I don't need it.
Hello
So
again.
you can talk to him and Lady Peermore and me, Nico, if you want to.
This does remind me of probably my favorite part of the third Gabriel Knight game, because you're staying in a small hotel in a village in France.
Mm.
There's very little you can do in the cafeteria of the hotel, of the dining hall. But you can steal one package of maple syrup for a puzzle, an infamous puzzle, by the way. But you can drink a coffee. You can drink the coffee, and you can drink infinite coffee. You can just keep having cups of coffee. It doesn't do anything, unfortunately. But I did once spend a full half hour just having Gabriel drink little cups of coffee. I was hoping something would happen.
But nothing did.
Nothing did.
Have you ever seen this old manuscript before? You know what it is, don't you?
You are in great danger.
Oh, shit.
Put the manuscript back and leave here.
What's going on?
I can say no more.
Ooh.
Thanks for your help.
Goodbye.
The plot thickens.
Hi, ma'am.
Hello.
This is what Merlin was so keen to hide.
Really? Well, that fuss for a sample of wallpaper.
It's some kind of manuscript, and it looks to be very old.
If I was you, I'd keep it well out of sight until you're clear of this place.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I could roll it up and put it down my pants.
No, that wouldn't do at all. You'd attract far too much attention.
Now, I have a theory
I
for
have
how
to
to get out of the hotel. And I'm gonna tell
Go
you
on.
and you'll tell me if it's right. I go back up to the rooms, and I go down the drain pipe into the alley.
You're pretty much on point.
Beautiful.
You go out to the room, you climb out the window of the room that you got the key to go into,
Mhm.
and you go on the ledge, you throw it down to the alley, and then you can get out without
Ah.
without it being found.
Nice.
That and
No point in phoning that guy
it took
again.
me so long to work it out when I first did this game.
Hi, it's George. Are you okay?
I'm
I
fine.
have the benefit of
I've
playing
got
a
something
lot
awesome to
of
show you.
adventure games.
Oh, yeah? What is it?
A surprise.
Oh, I don't like mysteries, George.
Well, that's too
I can't
fucking
tell you
bad.
just
You're
now.
in one.
But I'll come show you soon.
You best start believing in mysteries, Miss Collard. You're in one. I don't like mysteries. Well, you're in the wrong bloody game, aren't you?
The door was locked.
Oh yeah, we gotta use our key on it, right?
Yeah, use the key on
Right,
it
right,
again.
right. Can I use the
So
bed?
you want to actually go outside on the window ledge.
It was the
Go out
ancient
first, and then
manuscript
use
which
it.
Khan had stolen from Plantar.
I just wanted to inspect the thing first.
That's yes.
Can I use
not,
the bed?
No.
Oh. Not gonna like take advantage of our time here, turn on the TV, watch some French television, and lounge on the bed.
Typical 90s TV. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's in French, so.
Yeah. The big backed TV, the ones with the huge back to them.
I had one of those.
So did I.
I had to carry one of those once. That was not fun.
They're heavy, aren't they?
They're heavy
I knew this
and
was
cumbersome.
no way to treat an ancient manuscript, but I couldn't let it fall
Like,
into the hands of the goons
Very
waiting
like,
outside.
some of them have like indentations on the side. Those are fine to carry, but others of them, not so much.
So now you want to go out and go and retrieve it.
I'm assuming I can get myself killed if I go up and talk to them after I have the manuscript again. But
No,
I think it's the same.
Because
path.
you'll automatically end up back at Nico's.
Okay, George isn't dumb enough. Gotcha.
Yeah, there's some points in the game where when you do a certain point, you'll automatically end up back at hers. Like after like Ireland, for example, and after going to a few other places where you go, like where you travel away.
These fuckers again.
Hold it right there. Sir,
Nothing, Guido.
okay.
I don't like these guys.
No, I don't like them either.
I think this game would have made the story of this game and the animation would have made a pretty fun Saturday
If the
morning
manuscript
cartoon.
was what Flap and Guido were after, they would have
Like an
been
adventure
disappointed.
series about George and Nico.
I couldn't wait to
Yeah,
get
they
back
could
to
have
Nico's
explored
apartment
more
and check it
about
out.
like in between the games, I suppose.
In between the games, following the games, because I mean, other video games got fucking Carmen Sandiego got one. So.
You're just not going to believe what I've found.
It's not another part of the clown's costume, is it?
The whole clown.
Yeah.
The clown is me.
It's a medieval manuscript. Khan left it in the safe at the Ubu.
It's incredible. Is this what he took from Plantark?
It could be, which means it's worth enough to kill for.
Look there, two guys on the same horse.
Oh yeah, maybe they couldn't afford one each. What of it?
Have you ever heard of the Knights Templar?
Of course.
Their official seal was an image of two knights sharing a horse. Whatever this manuscript means, it's connected with the Templars.
How come you know about these knights?
I learned about them while writing an article on the Crusades. This guy, named Hughes de Payen, arrived one day at the court of King of Jerusalem. He offered to protect the Christian pilgrims from the displaced Muslim armies. The king would be able to guarantee safe transit to Christians in the Holy Land. Safer journeys meant more pilgrims, and pilgrims meant trade and wealth. The Templars proved invaluable to the king as a mercenary army. It was said that they never asked how many the enemy numbered, just where they were. And as the years went by, the Templars grew in wealth and numbers. They were so rich, even kings came to them for loans. But at the height of their power, they fell foul of the King of France. He rounded them up and turned them over to the Inquisition. Thousands of Templars were subject to torture and confessed to heresy. Of course, at the hands of the Inquisition, there wasn't much they wouldn't confess to. The last Grand Master Jacques de Molay was burned alive. But the treasure of the Knights Templar was never found.
Jeez. So the treasure is hidden, waiting to be discovered?
If there ever was a treasure, it's been lost for 600 years. Anyway, we're supposed to be investigating a serial killer, not a medieval treasure trove.
But maybe that's what the clown and his accomplices are after. Maybe this manuscript is the key.
You'd better leave it here for safekeeping. Think about it, George. One guy's already died for it, as you said yourself. Besides, that parchment is fragile.
Okay, I'm convinced. You keep hold of it.
Now, that little video, the little historical information on the Crusades, change Nico's voice to one with a British accent, and that's like one of those museums in London that you see. Like, there's one museum, it's not the British Museum, but there's one smaller museum in London that has something like that.
I don't know what museum that would be. Can't think. But do you know what, right? You know how they said
it's a one-floor job. I remember that.
Jacques de Molay was burnt alive in 1314. Well, you know the suspicions of like Friday the 13th.
Yes.
Well, the origins is where that comes from. So when Jacques de Molay was burnt alive, he was burnt alive on Friday the 13th, and that's why that day's unlucky.
Not just that. The murder of Julius Caesar.
Oh, is that also on Friday the 13th as well?
In March, yep. Ides of March.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah, one swallow does not make a summer.
When I Googled it, because I was curious, that's what came up about the Templars.
I found this in the killer's room.
What is it, a credit card?
ID, Thomas Merlin, of the Gruber Electronics Corporation.
Never heard of him, or the company.
I'm sorry, but Mr. Takagi will not be joining us for the rest of his life.
I found this matchbook in the killer's hotel room. It's from the Club Alamut.
Never heard of it. Is there anything written inside it?
No, what were you expecting?
If this was a movie, there'd be a clue, a name or an address. That's no use. There aren't even any matches in it.
Oh well, I'll keep it as a souvenir.
Next to your dirty Kleenex, George.
Let's take another look at the manuscript.
Let's face it, we need help, George. Someone who knows about these things.
Who do you suggest? Indiana Jones?
I
I know a guy who specializes in medieval studies. His name is Lobino.
Huh. Some stuffy old fossil who gets horny over ancient relics, I suppose.
Far from it. Andre isn't the stereotypical professor you have in mind.
Where can I find this Lobino guy?
At the Krön Museum. I'll give you the address.
There's a woman looking at her reflection in a mirror, but the reflection has 3 hideous faces.
She reminds me of the wicked queen in Snow White.
She was the one who said mirror, mirror on the wall, wasn't she? She made me cry so much when I was a kid. Mom carried me out of the movie theater.
God damn
She
it,
didn't
George.
frighten me in the least.
Like I said, I was only a kid. I didn't like the crocodile in Peter Pan either.
God, this guy. Come on, George.
There's a woman looking at her but
Okay, each one is repeated. That's
a knight with a crystal ball. Now, there's something written on the scroll beside the knight.
Yes, but it's written in Latin. Per disciplinam mea lux videbis.
By my teachings, you will see the light.
You speak Latin? Where did you learn a trick like that?
A trick? I studied law, okay? I can read Latin.
My, you're touchy. Tell me that again.
Through my teachings, you will be enlightened.
But in the
So
Latin
each one-
alphabet, Jehovah's spelled with an I.
Once you look at one once, he'll just repeat it, just him.
Yeah.
But the first time you do it, like with the next two, like they'll discuss it more in detail. And then as you find out about each thing, because these are clues. So like there's clues to like each location and each, like, you know, it'll come more apparent later.
This, by the way, this thing here,
The
this
seal.
is what's
Yep.
stamped in red on the cover of the game.
Yep.
And it's the only thing on that cover that has fucking anything to do with this game.
I think what it could have been is that if they put too much on the cover, like it could reveal a lot about the game.
Yeah,
So like when you get,
that's
I
why I
mean,
personally like the director's cut cover, which is just this cross.
yeah, I can see what you're saying. I mean, when the reforged version comes out, this manuscript I think is going to be one of the collector's pieces.
Ooh, that would be a nice
Cool.
collectible.
How cool is that going to be? That's going to be
That'd be
really
cool.
cool, especially if it's actually on parchment as well.
Good old sheepskin.
Yep.
There's a guy working on a loom. He's weaving a carpet or a tapestry.
Or a duvet cover. It's a clue to a place, I reckon. Somewhere famed for weaving and ships.
India.
Where folk live in barrels?
It beats copper boxes.
It's not India.
But that's the first, but famed for weaving, the first place that comes to mind is India. I mean, there's a spinning wheel on their flag.
You're probably going to be surprised about what it actually is later on in the game.
Oh, I know. They're making the game Loom by LucasArts. So we're just going to look at each one once this time until we get more information.
Yeah, and then as you go through the game, and when you re-examine it, then he'll say something different. So for example, the one on the top left with the little gem.
Yeah, the guy where the guy's going to kill the Sims franchise.
That symbolize. If you look at it, that symbolizes. You can see like something hitting the gem. So that is symbolizing something like a light hitting the gem. So obviously that's going to reveal something else. But I won't tell you. I'm not going to say much more than that.
It's the Sims Medieval, clearly.
There's a guy with a sword and a bull.
The only mythological bull I know of is the Minotaur, but he was only half bull.
I don't think I'd like to be half a bull, even if it was the bottom half.
What's that object between them?
It looks like a gem on top of a tripod.
I'm sorry, Nico. How'd you know the Minotaur, but not know the Bull of Crete that Hercules tamed? How'd you only know the one?
Game logic.
And that's about all?
Yep.
Maybe I'll check out the Kroon Museum.
I'm sure you'll find it useful, George.
Hello, socks. Keep wandering past my legs.
I don't find the door being locked to be very weird, personally. Because when it was locked when we came here the first time. Shouldn't the front door to the apartments be locked and all the tenants just have keys to it?
Well, yeah. I mean, like when I used to live in a block of flats in the place I used to live in before where I'm living now, and we had like a fob entry system. So it was like a little like black circular thing. You put it on like a thing and it would read it and open the door automatically. And you just push it, you release a lock.
Because where I am, like the door to the street, that's unlocked. You can go in and there's the mailboxes and everything there. And then there's another door into where the apartments are. And that you need a key for.
Yeah, I mean, in the building I used to live in, there's like what they call a trade button. So like that's for like postmen and people, that kind of thing. Even though there's sometimes I've seen video when people say, "Well, the trade button's for everyone." I was like, "No, the trade button is exactly what it says. It's for trade, postmen, deliveries, not just people who want to walk off the streets and like door salesmen. It's not for them, not really." Because I don't like it when salespeople knock on my door.
Well, the thing I'm quite happy. I have a little hole in my door, a peephole.
Yeah, so do I.
I don't know this person. I'm not answering the door.
Well, I have a thing on my door that says because in the UK, if you put a sign on your door saying that you don't want any like Jehovah's Witnesses, for example, other people like that knock on your door to like preach to you or tell you to become a Jehovah's Witnesses or anything like that, and you've got the sign on your door saying that you don't welcome that, and they still knock on your door, they're actually breaking the law.
Oh,
and I've pointed
lovely.
that out to someone. Yeah, I pointed that out to someone once myself. I was like, "Have you not seen my sign?" "Oh, I didn't see that." I said, "Well, maybe you should look before you knock on my door."
Let's talk to the weird lady. Like right now, normal
Oh,
lady.
hi.
Now weird lady.
Hello, my handsome friend.
Can you tell me anything about this security pass?
I can tell it doesn't belong to you.
How come?
Give me some credit. If you're an electrician, I'll eat my antirhinums.
You're a remarkably talented lady. Does this matchbook mean anything to you?
No, but I can tell you one thing. There's no such place as the Club à la Mue in Paris.
That you know of.
See you later.
That's right, monsieur. You will.
Well, we have a new place to go to now.
Yeah, the Grün Museum.
Yeah,
La Musée de Grün.
indeedy.
Musée Grün. Ah, merveilleux.
Right, before you go in,
Wait.
go and have a look at that. Go and have a look at that window. Do
Oh.
both things. Look at it first, and then try to use it.
Parfait, je vais faire ça.
I considered smashing my fist through the pane, wrenching open the window, and vaulting triumphantly into the building. Then I thought, no, that's dumb. Besides, I might get hurt. Through the grimy glass, I could see several large shapes in a gloomy room. What they were, I couldn't imagine.
Now, on the bush next to the window, do the same thing.
Access to the side and rear of the museum building was blocked by a dense clump of bushes. A real macho guy would have plunged straight into the spiky, scratchy bushes. Not me.
Gabriel would do it. Gabriel Knight would totally do it.
Do you know what? I think that is actually removed for the director's cut, unfortunately.
Ah.
I know. See, that's what I mean. That's why I wanted you to experience this version first, because there's some things that they deliberately taken out of the director's cut that is what was funny. Now that little thing in the middle of the room
It's the tripod from the
is the
couch.
tripod. Try looking at it first, and then try clicking on it normally.
I'm
So
sorry,
look
I'm just
right-
baffled by how bad this museum is.
I quite like the museum.
No, I'm going to explain why.
Go on.
Medieval, unknown, Greco-Roman, medieval, Greco-Roman, Native American, Egyptian, medieval, modern arts, African pottery.
Well,
why is
the cases?
no
Those
organization?
little display cabinets below the window at towards the back of the room.
I'm just saying that this is not like, and then a fucking statue of a pharaoh. Like, this is not organized. Like, this is like, if this was a private collection, fine, but what the fuck is that? I've never seen a totem pole with that on it, with a fucking sideways dead fish at the top.
Well, to be honest, later on, when we get further on in the game, we actually have to come back here and do something quite
illegal.
It adds something else to George's list of
Lovely.
already growing list of criminal
It was a
charges that
statue
he
from
wants to
ancient
know.
Egypt.
So, yeah.
Those old civilizations sure could teach us a few things about art and beauty. The statue didn't deserve to be mauled by a Philistine like me.
Yes, George, just add more. Just add criminal
I tried to
damage to your
sneak
list
my
of
hand
ongoing
inside
charges.
while a guard wasn't looking, but the case was locked.
George, your first thought is to try to steal. Oh my God, George! Come on, man.
The case contained some fragments of pottery. They looked to me like broken flower pots. Above them, a sign read, L'âge paléolithique.
Paleolithic era.
The case contained a collection of rocks. They were all shapes and colors, but they were still rocks. Above them, a sign read, L'âge paléolithique. I tried to sneak my hand inside while the guard wasn't looking. There was nothing in the urn. It was a large brass urn. Touching an object as rare and beautiful as that would have been the act of a barbarian.
George, you are a barbarian. No, you know why I say
don't want
that?
to touch anything, George, because you touched dog shit in the last video.
True. You know why I say he's a barbarian? Also,
Why?
you are a barbarian, and I am a barbarian.
True.
Barbarian literally means does not speak Greek.
Touching an object as rare and
I think
beautiful
I know
as that
one person who's
would
not a
have been the act of
barbarian.
a barbarian.
Oh, yeah, we already did
It was a
that.
tapestry of a lady, a lion, and a unicorn.
The lion
If I
and the
had more
unicorn
time,
were fighting
I
for
could
the
have
crown.
stared at it all day.
Okay, this is medieval, not Roman.
You can touch the totem pole. Try.
No, I don't want to
No,
break.
The
it.
totem pole looked distinctly
Come on.
out of place in the setting of the museum.
Try it.
Watch out! You'll have that done on top of us!
This is the smallest totem pole I've seen in a museum. Because I went to the National Museum of Civilization in Ottawa, and there was a totem pole that was about 20 feet tall and a good 7 feet across.
I can believe that.
It was an ancient Egyptian sarcophagus with a beautifully painted effigy of its owner on the lid.
Leave it alone. That closet is over 3,000 years old.
Not a closet? Why do you also sound
Closet?
like you're African?
It's a sarcophagus.
So, you know how you just open these? See,
I'm assuming I
sarcophagus?
hide in this at some point.
Yes. Not yet, but later. Try examining the tripod and then.
I'm doing my thing. I'm investigating.
In the case was a spindly tripod, blackened with age and pitted with rust. It was identical to the tripod pictured on the manuscript. A notice identified it as 15th century from Western Ireland.
Ooh.
It had been found in Loch Marne at the site of a Knights Templar preceptory. Ireland!
What's that?
This tripod was found in Ireland.
I will have to ask you to keep your voice down.
I'm sorry, I was excited.
Oh, George.
Hey, no! No, monsieur. No.
What's wrong?
You must not enter the exhibits.
I'm sorry.
Right, now wait.
Okay,
till he
I gotta
turns his
say,
back on it.
in George's defense, there's a glass box around the exhibit. What did he... But I know how to fix that.
When he turns his back, try touching
The
the
attendant had an
tripod
air
case
of
again.
self-importance and the kind of steely eyes that never seemed to blink.
Should we talk to him first?
Whichever you want to do.
Pardon
It's up to
me.
I want to show
monsieur?
him my Kleenex.
Are you Lobino?
Oh, no. Fancy you mistaking me for him. No. I am the deputy custodian.
But Lobino does work here.
Work? I wouldn't go so far as to call it that. He studies here most days, but as you can see for yourself, not today.
Do you recognize this red nose?
I don't think so.
Do you recognize this red nose?
I don't think...
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
No, monsieur. Is there any reason why I should?
I guess not. Do you recognize this ID pass?
No.
What does
Why
this
did you
tool
think
mean
about
to
it if you
you?
didn't?
That belongs in a museum.
Pardon?
It is a priceless historical artifact, if I am not mistaken.
No, it's a plain old tool for lifting drain covers.
It belongs in a museum.
I told you get funny responses for the manhole cover. Or the
Have you
male
ever heard of the
tool.
Club Alamut?
Oh no, I don't frequent places like that.
Would you like to shake my hand?
Not while I'm on duty, monsieur.
What do you make of this tissue?
It is absolutely disgusting, monsieur.
Just like George.
Can you give me any further information about the tripod?
Certainly, monsieur. It's infamous.
Infamous?
That tripod, that belonged to John Dee.
John Dee?
What's the importance of John Dee's tripod?
Dee was the most famous escapologist of the 16th century. The Houdini of his time.
Don't you mean alchemist? Escapologists use ropes, chains, and handcuffs, not tripods.
Well, whatever he was, that is the tripod he used in his experiments.
What kind of experiments did John Dee perform with his tripod?
Oh, the usual. Didn't you study chemistry at school?
Yeah, but we skipped over thaumatology.
Thaumaturgy, but okay.
Can I take a closer look at the tripod?
What? Get it out of the case? Ah, no! That tripod is protected by a sophisticated surveillance system.
You?
How sophisticated?
A painfully loud alarm bell.
Yeah.
How is the alarm bell triggered?
By the slightest pressure on or movement of any part of the case wherein that tripod is situated.
Interesting.
It strikes me that to call your alarm system sophisticated is, well, stretching the truth a little.
It has never failed yet. The sophistication is in its simplicity.
Do you know anything about the Knights of the Temple?
It's a great
No,
game
sir.
on PC.
Not a sausage.
Not a sausage? What?
This guy's a bit of an idiot.
What a that's what we call a malapropism.
The sign on the tripod says it was found at a Templar...
It does.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit. Preceptory.
It doesn't mention John Dee at all.
Most remiss.
You don't know anything about the tripod, do you?
No, I don't. I never had much of a start in life, you see. I owe what little education I gained to my uncle. He was an optician, but he also doubled as the village school teacher. He taught me the alphabet. Well, 19 letters of it. The bottom row of the chart was too small even for him to read, so he left them out.
Why don't you start over and enroll for adult education?
You know, I never thought of that. Do you think if I studied art and did all my homework, I could be a professor of history?
At your age? Dream on.
George, you've been sexist. Now you're being ageist.
I mean, he's being realistic. You can't pick up that amount of necessary knowledge starting at this point. Not enough time.
No, but he's still
He is
being
too
an
old.
arsehole.
Too old to begin the training.
Do you know anything about medieval manuscripts?
Not me, monsieur. I am no scholar, though people often mistake me for one. It is the uniform, I
You
guess.
just admitted you can
They see
barely
the
read,
clothes.
man.
They
Come
are
on.
impressed.
And they ask you to park their cars?
They ask me to park the... No. They assume I am an authority on the exhibits in my care.
Whereas you know next to nothing about history.
Of course not. All I am saying is, I am no scholar. Not like Monsieur Lobineau.
What can you tell
They
me about
ask
the
you to park
collection
their
of pottery?
cars.
Those are remains of pots
Ask me to park
used
there.
by the
No,
original
no.
inhabitants of Paris. The Paris pot people.
When did they move out?
15,000 years ago, monsieur. Vanished in the mists of time. Didn't even have time to pack up their pots.
Paris pot people.
I thought the original inhabitants of Paris were a tribe known as the Parisi.
That is right, monsieur. Renowned for their pots. You see, in those days, people didn't have much in the way of possessions. A few flints, some animal skins, maybe the odd bone or two. Naturally, when the Parisi came along with their pots, why, everybody wanted one.
I guess they must have caused a kind of consumer frenzy.
Ah oui, they connect the market, cleaned up.
This man is ridiculous. It's like we're witnessing a conversation between Manuel and fucking Baldric from Blackadder. A meeting of the morons.
You don't know the first thing about those pots, do you?
No, monsieur.
Right, when he turns his back,
Thanks
try
for your
touching
help.
the case of the tripod.
Yeah, will do.
He should move in a minute. There we go.
As I reached toward the display case, a shrill piping filled the air. I froze, then tried to get myself together and act nonchalantly.
Now what did I tell you about touching the exhibits?
Was it you can touch all you want so long as your hands are clean?
Not quite, monsieur. It was do not touch, not ever!
Oh yeah, that was it.
Sorry, not sorry.
Pardon
You
me.
could do it again,
Oui,
I think,
monsieur?
if you want.
Forget it.
You don't have to, but if you want to get a bit... I find it funny, but I always do it because I find it hilarious.
No, monsieur. No, et no.
Okay.
I just like us making eye contact, and George just slowly reaches over and touches it. Like the frickin' bastard he is.
There we go.
As I reached toward the display case, a shrill... I froze. Then...
No, monsieur. No, et no.
Okay.
Oh, I thought he said something different, but he
Yeah.
doesn't.
Maybe if you do it a third
it's
time.
not-
No, monsieur.
Okay.
George is racking up the list of charges.
As I reached toward the display, I froze.
No, monsieur.
Shame.
Okay. High
There's
above me.
nothing really. There's nothing really else. Anything else to do.
Can we
Yeah.
break this? No, alright. You use the joy buzzer to short it out. No, okay. Can we pretend to be a clown? No, okay. Because I'm already seeing a plan here. We put on the clown nose and the grease paint from the tissue, and we pretend to be. Then we're in disguise, and then we go in, knock him out with the joy buzzer, then break the case with the tripod, grab the tripod, and run out. Good plan. We'll do it
Good
next time.
plan.
We'll put it into effect next time. Till then, I've been Merrick Tomato.
And I think Classic Gamer.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Hi. Thanks for watching. This has been played, edited, and recorded by me, Merrick Tomato.
And he's been helped by me, Classic Gamer.
You can find a link to Classic's YouTube channel, Classics Gamer, and his Twitch in the description below. Please like, comment, and subscribe.